Based on a real incident. Part 1. The Whispering Ruins. Deep in the forests of Chhattisgarh lies an abandoned temple known as the Whispering Ruins. Local villagers say no one dares to visit after dusk. The story began when a group of friends, eager for adventure, decided to explore the site at night. They laughed off the warnings, claiming it was just superstition. But as they stepped into the ruins, the air turned icy and a faint whisper echoed from the shadows. Part 2. The Hidden Statue. One of the friends, Aman, shone his flashlight on a corner of the temple. There stood a statue, weathered and cracked, of a deity no one could recognize. Its hollow eyes seemed to follow them. Then came a low, guttural voice. "Leave while you can." They froze, thinking it was someone playing a prank. But as Aman stepped closer to the statue, its head tilted slightly. Part 3. The Mark on the Wall. Panic began to set in, but curiosity pushed them forward. Ria, the bravest of the group, pointed out strange markings on the wall. The symbols glowed faintly as if alive. Suddenly the whispers grew louder, overlapping, like hundreds of voices at once. They couldn't understand the words, but the tone was unmistakable. Angry, demanding. That's when Aman screamed, "Something touched me!" Part 4. The Lock That Broke. Desperate to leave, they turned towards the temple's entrance. But the heavy wooden door they'd left ajar was now shut tight. Aman yanked at it, but it wouldn't budge. Ria noticed an old lock on the door, now strangely intact. "It wasn't there before," she whispered. A sudden gust of wind blew out their flashlight, plunging them into darkness. That's when the chanting began. Part 5. The Entity Appears. The dim glow of the markings was their only light. Out of the shadows stepped a figure, draped in tattered robes, its face obscured. It spoke in a voice that shook the walls. "You were warned." Aman fell to his knees, trembling. The others tried to back away, but their feet wouldn't move. The figure raised its hand, and the markings on the wall flared blindingly bright. Part 6. Escape or not. In a final surge of courage, Ria grabbed a stone and smashed the glowing symbols. The figure let out an ear-piercing scream as the door creaked open. They sprinted out, not daring to look back. When they reached the village, Aman noticed a strange mark on his wrist. One of the symbols from the temple. It burned like fire, and the whispers, they followed him home.